Having an IQ as high as 200 is not a walk in the park, as it involves thinking out of the box each time. Take a look at this soccer players who acted confused to deceive their opponents. Or this man who devised a means not to let the ball hit the ground.
Oh, two diving attempts!
Well, that's not even the end of it, as we will show you 20 moments of 200 IQ. Let's dive in. 20. Being a professional soccer may look lucrative, but it sure needs a lot of brain work. I mean, when a player is near the opponent's goalpost, what would you expect? A goal, right? That makes it the two of us. However, this genius had another plan. The right thing would be to shoot it into the net, right? And in that moment, a plan occurred.
Running from the right-hand side, ball comes to Guti. What can Guti do here? Guti knocks it back, Benzema!
Sorry, dear goalkeeper. I am sure you didn't see that coming. 19. Lionel Messi is considered one of the greatest soccer players ever, right? Well, I guess we shouldn't be surprised then when he performs. I mean, in the midst of chaos among his opponents, he saw an opening. That was a golden pass. The player should ensure not to miss the goal.
To frustrate the Premier League team. They've taken it quickly.
What a waste that was. Well, we have to appreciate the man who gave such a pass regardless. 18. It looks like we won't stop seeing the beauty of Messi in the leather game. A typical player is always in a hurry to score, but Messi took a shocking approach. He knew his position was compromised, but that didn't stop him from showing his creativity. That was indeed a chess grandmaster at work. He just created his box, outside the one we all know. 17. Thinking outside the box isn't for males only. Our female folks are doing an incredible job too. I am sure when the referee blew the whistle here, he must have thought something was wrong with the ladies. I mean, who wouldn't think so in that condition? I, for one, would.
Touch to Ellen White. Beautifully worked. Fantastically finished. And Ellen White in her first.
And in a blink of an eye, our ladies showed what they had hidden under their sleeves. 16. Why is Messi always in the picture, trying to outsmart his opponents? Well, it looks like this opponent had read his playbook and would destroy it. Clearly, this young man knew what Messi was capable of.
Screaming at the wall.
And as the young man heard the whistle, he took to his heel.
It's headed over quite nice.
And in a split second, the young man shows that indeed, he had a reason for taking off when he did. Nice one, champ. 15. Once a move proves successful, people tend to copy it, right? Remember that move, the ladies? Looks like these guys learnt from their playbooks. Does it mean opponents don't ever study a move? They should anticipate what was to come next, right? Well, my bad, they didn't anticipate, and a beautiful goal that was. 14. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the greatest players of soccer, and often he shows this off by his level of thinking outside the box. I am sure everyone would have thought he would pass it to his nearest colleague.
Football from the Dream Factory. This is astonishing.
Instead, he made a fatal pass that left his opponents in tears. 13. When Boy Scout said we should all be prepared, I guess they must factored in moments like this. I mean, in 90 minutes of play, you should always monitor your opponents, right? Well, it seemed they must have underestimated their opponents.
They tore Barcelona napping. Brilliant thinking by Alexander-Arnold. Clinical finish from Divock Origi. Liverpool ahead.
And with that little crack, Messi and his team went home in tears. 12. Ever seen someone who has eyes at the back of their heads? Of course you haven't, but they exist, right? How do you explain this? Take a look. Did he calculate the speed of the ball to catch it within that split second?
Keep it on the field.
That's indeed Superman level of thinking. Thanks, man, for saving the poor girl. 11. Not all decisions allow you time to think and strategize. Some decisions require thinking on your feet, or perhaps thinking while falling down. Take a look.
The end zone. Oh, two
Knowing that if the ball crosses the line, it will be fatal.
diving attempts, and they never touch the.
2 Supermen saved the day. These men sure deserve some accolades. 10. As always, all players in fields should be aware of what their opponents are doing each time. All players, including the goalkeeper. I bet this goalkeeper must have thought the rule didn't apply to him, but it did. Take a look.
Well, that's brilliant.
Just a little a distraction was all it took for the young keeper to be set after invisible wind.
David Luiz appeared from.
Sorry, keeper. Maybe next time you'd better focus on the ball and not arguing like an attorney. 9. Flies are naturally attracted to light. I mean, usually after a heavy downpour of rain. Well, since we can't chase them all out, what other way do we have aside switching off the light? Take a look at what this genius does. Who would have thought that a phone's light can be used for this transportation?
Emang nge-flash gua?
And not only did he transport them, he directs them to a better source of light. Truly, an amazing scene. 8. What did they say about necessity being mother of invention? Well, since this community had no bridge, a genius decided to invent his. Of course, for a fee to use the private bridge. Take a look. Well, since local authorities didn't fix a bridge, we shouldn't blame an entrepreneur, right? Certainly before the day ends, this genius might overthrow Bezos as the richest man in the world. 7. When guys gather around for weekend hangouts, miracles happen. Oh well, I don't mean the religious kind of miracle. I mean miracle in using a drone. Take a look. Why didn't anyone think of this before now? I mean, with this, no need to leave your couch again all day. I don't know about you, but this, sure as H all deserves an award from my fellow lazy community. 6. When kids come along, it becomes pretty hard to combine our hobbies with theirs. I mean, how can you watch your favorite show when your kid wants to watch hers? And that is where this genius comes in. Take a look. The kids are busy enjoying their shows happily. And guess what? Dad too isn't left out of the enjoyment, as he has found a way of multitasking. 5. Ever thought of taking your kid for an outdoor game but your wife shouts each time? Well, come closer as there is a new Albert Einstein in town. Take a look. I mean, why drive 30 minutes to a park when the outdoor activity can be converted to indoors? I am not a prophet, but I know the kid is having the time of his life right there. 4. You remember growing up when you'd be told to clean the house before mom comes back? Well, if you are like me, I know you would grumble to no end. However, if you were born few years ago, you'd notice that house chores is actually fun. Look at this genius. I mean, whoever says we can't have fun while working should come and take a look at this cute genius. And I can bet you that this house will be at its cleanest ever. Ride on, girl! 3. Being a career mom and taking care of your kids seems fun nowadays. I mean, you can be working at your laptop and still find a way to participate in your kid's favorite sport. Want to learn how to do it? Look at this genius mom. I mean, who needs you to push him or her when with a long rope you can do that comfortably?
I mean, I don't want to say.
That kid is having the time of his life thanks to mom's ingenuity. 2. Imagine trying to get your kid to take his pill. We all know it's not a walk in the park trying to convince the little human. Well, instead of getting frustrated or getting all worked up, there is actually a way you can achieve it. Still in doubt? Take a look at this genius dad. At the sight of the beautiful image, the young man thought he was having a treat, but his tongue said otherwise. Well, since his dad was enjoying himself, he had to join his dad again. Thanks, Dad. 1. Have a small farm or garden behind your house. Well, it can be a lot of work trying to irrigate it every morning. Instead of overstressing yourself, why not adopt this genius method? Take a look. And since the fan is rotating, we can bet that all parts of the little farm will be watered very well. Dear genius farmer, we wish you a bountiful harvest. Which number was your favorite? Let us know below in the comments section. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel.